Hi, this is Neil Walters. Yesterday I signed up for a Rebelmouse.com account. I kept hearing about Rebelmouse here, Rebelmouse there, so I decided I'd check it out. At first I found it a little bit confusing, but after maybe an hour or two, I watched some videos on YouTube, and now I decided to make my own because I have my own way of looking at things. So here's a page or web page basically I created inside of Rebelmouse. I have a home page, I have a cashback page, and I have right now just a test page. And so I'm considering how to promote a cashback business I'm in. So I'm posting things here related to that business. So I want to show you some things that are kind of cool here. Like, what if I wanted to add just an image and a link here? I want to have a join button on this page. So I'm going to go over here and create a new post. So I click add post. And then here's the picture link. So if I think I can just go over here and drag and drop. So I clicked the little, so let's click the little camera icon here. I tried to drag and drop the picture. That didn't seem to work. You can have a URL from the web, or you can upload a picture from your computer. Okay, so there's my join now image. Uploaded it. And now you have to sometimes crop your image depending on the size of it. Okay, up here they have different sizes: wide, super wide, and tall. And so you see the tall, the cropping now works. When I had it on wide, I would have had to chop off half the picture. But if I click the tall icon, then it's pretty reasonable. So now let's click save. And now I want to add a URL to that. I keep a lot of my URLs in Evernote, and I want to grab this little link here. And I'll have two links: one join for free cashback and one join the business. So we put that little link there, and now let's click publish up here. Now when you publish, it's going to go to your home page. There is an option here called advanced, and then you can say, instead of going to the home page, I want to go to my cashback page, and then click publish. You could also publish it to your home page, and then you could either move it or duplicate it to your cashback page. Okay, so there's the post. Now I'm going to shrink it down. And now you have this page forming here. Let me refresh it. Oh, that's my home page. That's why I thought something's missing here. If I go to the cashback page, I should now see the Join Now button. Now, what's cool is we can go post other things on here, and they just kind of keep adding to this page. Let me give you an example. Let's go to YouTube. So on YouTube, I looked for a couple videos that I created, and here's one I want to post. So I open the video. I'll pause it because we don't need it to play right here. And now I've got up here on my toolbar a little thing called post. Okay, because I'm doing this video in a small screen, you cannot actually see the post button. Let me just show you if I move it over here. It's one of the challenges of doing videos sometimes. So here's the little post button. So I click the post, and now I have to resize my screen again. Now what you have here are basically all the images on that page. So these are the thumbnails for all those videos. They're on the matching side of the YouTube page. This was my video, so I'm going to click here. This is the Rebelmouse icon with a little magnet, and he says post this. So I'm going to click that. And then all we have to do is click post. And this time I'm not going to put it on the cashback page, just to show you how you can move stuff around. So I'm going to click post. It says hooray, it has been posted. You can close that screen. And now we're going to go back here to Rebelmouse, and I'm going to go to my home page. And there's that video that we just loaded. So now this is kind of cool. You can take it and look, I can drag it. First of all, I can move things around, okay? Say I want this to be in the upper left, I can put it over here. Now what's neat is if you never want the thing to move, there's a little button right here called freeze, and then you see it actually says freeze for 6 hours or freeze until I remove it. So by clicking freeze until I remove it and click OK, that is something important that you always want to be at the top of your page. If you have something that's newsworthy, say for a day, 6 hours, 24 hours, you can put that there just for 24 hours, and then it will stick just that long. And then we can like take this little guy and move it over here. Well, see, sometimes it doesn't want to stick where you put it. I don't know. I don't still quite understand all the ins and outs of this thing. The idea is, though, you're building your news page here. Now, again, we were going to take this video, and I want to put it on my cashback page. These tabs up here are pages, are really called sections inside of Rebelmouse. Now, if you grab this over here and you start to drag it, notice in the upper left there, just for a moment, it says something, and then it says build your sections easily. It doesn't stay very long. And by dragging them onto the tab you want them on. So if I come up here, I'm trying to drag it onto the cashback section. How do I do that? Okay, I'm still frustrated at some of the features. Yesterday I could take this and I could drag it, even though it says up here it implies you could drag it. And I want to move it to the cashback menu, and you just drop it there and it would go to that menu, and it would ask if you want to leave it on this page and add it to that page. Today, that feature doesn't seem to be working, even though it kind of says it is there. Somehow you're supposed to be able to drop it up here. It's supposed to go to that page there. Okay, let's tweet one of our articles. So let's come over here. If you click on the share button, you'll see mail, email, Pinterest, Tumblr, Google+, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm going to hit tweet here for Twitter. It pops up another little browser window. It says cashback news. So it took the heading of your article. Then it gives your Twitter account name. And actually I was logged on with a different Twitter account when I set up Rebelmouse. So I want to switch to this one via Rebelmouse. And then it gives you a shortener here for your link. And then you can say something like get cashback on Cyber Monday or any day of the year. And I click tweet on that. So I refresh my Twitter page and you can see my tweet right here. Now notice that they put the @Rebelmouse in there. One reason you're promoting them when you do that, but one thing that's cool about that, if I open that in a new window here, everybody that tags @Rebelmouse is going to show up under that tag. So on this page is the Rebelmouse tag, basically for Twitter, and everybody that's posted on Rebelmouse may or may not appear in this list here. And that's one way you can get the word out about your business or your company. Let's talk about some other things we can post on here. Earlier I posted a picture here and I typed in some text. So that's just kind of like a blog. You can freeform text anything you want and you can add pictures. What's cool about this is you can also add blog posts. There's this concept called curation. Okay, so the concept of curation means that you can go to someone else's blog, you can basically copy that blog into your feed, and then you can make a comment about it. So here's a blog on my website called YouTube Income Explosion. And earlier, remember, I talked about that post button being off the screen. Well, I realized I can just actually drag it and move it around. So I'm going to click the post button. That's the Rebelmouse post. Okay, this is probably a good image. Let's click post this. Now this is kind of cool. So remember the original title of the post on my blog was called YouTube Income Explosion. And here you can say how thousands are making money with videos. You can add your own title to it. And then here you can even write more. This is from my own website. I think it's going to give a credit to that website anyway, but let me just add that in there. And now I'm going to post it, but I want it to go to the cashback page, so I have to go to advanced and click cashback. Now here you can also tag it. So for instance, we have a tag called WooCar Begins. And you can even add other stuff like SEO headlines, social description. I haven't totally figured out what all those are yet. So now I'm going to click post. It says, hooray, your story has been published. And then here's the link to where it is. And let's close that. Let's go back to Rebelmouse. Let's hit refresh. And here it is over on the left. When you post new articles, they tend to go at the top, and that tends to push older articles down. We already talked earlier about how you can freeze something so it stays on the top. Now notice here it does say YouTube income explosion, how thousands are making money with videos. That's exactly what I just typed. Let's just do one more of those as an example. Now I want to post this one as well. So let's click post. And again, pick an image. And here's where you could change the title. If you don't want to change the title, I would back up and get rid of that vertical bar there. And again, let's go to advanced, go to cashback, and post. This is hooray, good. And we're going to do one more. This is another site I wanted to post. So let's click post here. And get that guy with his mouth open like that. Let's post this. Now see, I don't like that. That's not a good headlining. Master resource page. That doesn't mean anything. Let's call it inspiring videos. And again, you can actually add a picture, I guess, of your own there. That's kind of cool. So one more time, I'm going to go to the cashback page and post. Close it. Go back to Rebelmouse and refresh again. So now I've added 3 new things. I want to check and see if this guy's frozen. Yeah, see, this is until I remove it. So my top 3 posts on this page are frozen. So all the new material is basically kind of coming at a level 2 here. And then all my older posts just keep getting pushed lower and lower as the days go by. So eventually I'm going to have pages and pages of material on here if I keep posting like I'm doing today. So that's how to use your main page. Over here on the left, there are some interesting things like statistics. You can change the design. I've kind of got a black background here, and it's like different themes in WordPress. Depends what design you choose, what your page is going to look like. And this is kind of neat. They have these insights, which are basically statistics. It tells you how many views your page has had, how many front page views, how many post views, your engagements, people that are sharing and twittering and all that kind of stuff. How many people moved a mouse over something even, how many times they clicked. And then over time, you're going to get graphs and charts here of your audience. And there are some upgrades. They have 2 different upgrades in Rebelmouse. I'm not sure yet what the benefits of the upgrades are. I believe those are paid. But everything I've done so far has been on the free account here. Okay, that pretty much sums it up. I think that's a good overview of what Rebelmouse can do. I'm going to keep playing with it. Again, this is only day 1. I haven't even been a member for 24 hours yet, and this is what I've learned. I want to share that with you. Check out my link that I'm going to post at the end of the video if you want to know more, and I'll see you on the next video.